Hello and welcome to another VectorTuts Quick Tip screencast. My name is Cheryl Graham. Today I'm going to show you how to make a computer key using the gradient panel. First, take the rounded rectangle tool and click once on the artboard. I'm going to make mine 400 points square with a corner radius of 24 points. Now fill the shape with a gradient, and the fastest way to do that is to just hit the period key on your keyboard. That will fill the selected shape with the last gradient used. Now I'm going to move this gradient stop to the middle, then click on the right side to add another. I'll double-click that stop to bring up the swatches and change its color to a very light gray. I'll do the same with the stop on the left. I want to change the color of the middle stop, and another way to do that is just select it and drag a swatch from the swatches panel onto the color panel. You could also just drag the swatch onto the color stop itself. In Illustrator, there's usually about 3 ways to do the same thing. I'll add 2 more stops, one on either side of the center stop, and change their colors to these medium grays. I want these stops to be in precise positions, so if I select the middle one, I can set its location at 50%, dead center, then I'll make the right one 55 and the left one 45. I want the gradient to span the shape on a diagonal, so I'm going to enter -45 degrees in the angle field. And actually I want the darker half on the lower right, so I can just click this icon to swap the colors around. Okay, now I need to make a copy of this object, so I'll copy it and paste it in front. Command or Control F is the keyboard shortcut for that. I'm going to change the gradient on this new shape to a lighter one, and I'll just do it the same way as before by double-clicking on the color stops and changing them. I have color groups already set up with my gradient colors so I can keep track of what's what, but that's not a requirement. I want the angle of this gradient to go the other way, so I'll delete the minus sign in the angle field. Now go to the transparency panel and change the opacity to 50%, and there's the base of the key. For the top part, go back to the rounded rectangle tool and draw a smaller rounded square. I just want a simple 2-stop gradient, so I'll just drag these extra stops off the panel and then make the right stop a dark gray. I want the dark side to be on the lower right, so I can change the angle as I did before, or just use the gradient tool and drag it in that direction. Now keep this selected and go to Object, Path, Offset Path. We want it to be inset, so a negative number will make another path that's smaller than the original. I'll change this gradient to a lighter one, and I don't want it to be angled, so I'll enter 0 on the angle field. And that's your basic computer key. You can adjust the gradient on the outside top shape for different lighting effects by moving the gradient annotator. Once it looks the way you want it, add a shadow for more dimension. I just duplicated the larger shape, filled it with gray, and gave it a Gaussian blur effect. Now you can add a letter or a word or an icon.